would be gigantic.
I'm trying to make all-time history.
Right. That's the one that gets you going. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. I hear him now. You too little. Canelo gonna break you.
Yeah.
I love the challenge. Let me prove him wrong once again.
I think I was there.
You might have been there.
Yeah, man. We had some good ass fights. And now, Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh man.
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard, man.
Joe Rogan has clearly expressed that Terence Crawford looks dangerous ahead of his fight against Canelo Alvarez. And it wasn't a throwaway comment. Rogan has seen the final body transformation footage. The speed, the timing, and the energy that Crawford brought into camp were impressive. According to Rogan, Terence Crawford might just actually prove everyone who's looking down on him wrong come this weekend.
The crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Canelo Alvarez body shots. Like, maybe there's a video we could look. He's got a beautiful one where he steps in and just rips that left hook to the liver, and just your body just goes deep. It just shuts down. It's the weirdest feeling, man. It's like your legs stop working, everything stops working. Your whole body just seizes up.
A highly respected boxing legend and multi-division world champion suggested that Crawford should come in as heavy as possible on fight night, and Crawford has been following that guidance. In a recent social media post, the challenger revealed that he now weighs 186 pounds, which Joe Rogan found very impressive.
You know what I mean? Like I said before, this is the biggest fight in boxing. You know, Terence Crawford versus Canelo, Canelo versus Crawford. It's the biggest fight to be made in boxing, and it's made, and we're gonna make history.
We saw you at 180. Are you comfortable at that weight? Are you walking around that big? Are you comfortable at that?
No,
weight?
man, I'm 200 pounds, man. What y'all talking about?
Ilks.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this. Just power. And you see him just, hey, boom. Bro, he hits so hard.
He has bulked up a lot, now walking close to 190 pounds, which is huge for someone who fought at 147 just last year. He pointed out during the press conferences that there does not seem to be much of a size gap between Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Crawford clearly believes in himself, and Rogan respects that, but belief alone is not enough. Both fighters have accomplished big things by winning titles in 4 weight divisions. Crawford enters this fight with an unbeaten 41-0 record after dominating his opponents and constantly pushing himself. On the other hand, Alvarez, despite facing criticism, is still among the very best and remains the sport's biggest attraction.
You know, actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th. For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner, but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
When 2 great champions from different divisions meet, one of them usually ends up with a size edge, and that small difference can be enough to separate 2 elite fighters. The same goes for this super fight. From the moment it was announced, Joe Rogan expressed some concern because Terence Crawford has to move up 2 weight classes to make it happen.
Let's be cool, boys. Got track shoes on. I don't want either one of you guys to get hurt. Thank you, guys. It's on down. It's on down.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You're gonna see.
We'll see. We'll see.
After making his mark at lightweight, Bud is now stepping up from junior middleweight at 154 pounds to the super middleweight limit of 168 pounds for this career-defining fight. This move is already a major talking point because of Crawford's technical style. His opponent is also an elite boxer with experience at light heavyweight. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience with comedian Brian Simpson, Rogan focused on the size factor while building up the fight. Having spoken with Crawford on his podcast before, Rogan admitted his main worry is whether Canelo's physical edge will be too much to handle. "I just hope he is big enough. I hope he can keep Canelo off him because that guy hits incredibly hard," Rogan said.
You look at the elite of the elite boxers, to a man, to every one of them, they're disciplined. Yeah. And they stay focused. I'm so excited to see this fight with Canelo Alvarez because I think the Saudi Arabians have so much money. They're throwing so much money at boxing. And the guy who's the head of boxing over there wants to make that fight happen. I think Terence Crawford, forget about the 3 weight classes. I think he could beat Canelo.
I think he can too.
Moving up 2 weight classes does not seem to bother Terence Crawford, who has been chasing this super fight with Canelo Alvarez for quite a while. By skipping a tune-up out the schedule means Bud will be out of the ring for over a year before what could be the toughest fight of his career, but it also gives him time to settle into the extra weight. Fans of Joe Rogan's podcast were surprised to see him change sides so quickly after first appearing to favor Crawford. Many think Alvarez at super middleweight will still keep a size edge since Crawford has spent most of his career at 147 and only recently fought at 154. Rogan, on the other hand, does not believe that the size gap will play a decisive role in this matchup.
Like, I believe all the he be talking.
Crawford? Yeah. Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying that.
They tried to say that, like, Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick.
Joe Rogan believes Crawford is not as small as many assume. On episode 2286 of his JRE podcast with guest Antonio Brown, the UFC commentator pointed out that the 37-year-old boxer still has enough time to put on real size. Rogan said he is extremely excited about the fight and called it the matchup to watch. Even so, he acknowledged that the size gap between the two men is still the biggest concern for most fans.
Going up and becoming undisputed against Canelo. Come on, man. I'm flying in the sunset, man. Thank you, boxing God.
That would be it?
That would be it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing yet for me. I didn't accomplish everything there is to accomplish in the sport of boxing.
Rogan noted that many people think Terence is too small, but pointed out that he recently weighed 185 pounds after just winning the 154 pounds title and previously competing at 147 pounds. He stressed that Crawford still has time to add more size. Still, a large number of fans believe that no matter how talented he is, Crawford could end up as just another name on Canelo's long list of beaten opponents. The doubt mainly comes from the fact that at 37 Crawford is moving up without any rehydration clause for protection. Even so, Crawford is widely seen as one of the most skilled boxers today with a professional record of 41-0 and 31 knockouts. His most recent fight was against Israel Madrimov, where he scored a clear unanimous decision victory.
He just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what's coming, and
he's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's an artist.
Like, remember like a young B-Hop?
Yeah.
It was like just so sharp and made it look almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art. He's piecing up people. It was an art.
Riyadh season has kicked off with one of the most awaited fights of the year already building hype. The first press conference took place at the Baker Al-Shidi Theater in BLVD City, where Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford came face to face ahead of their massive showdown. On September 13th in Las Vegas, the Mexican superstar will defend his undisputed super middleweight crown against the undefeated American, who is moving up 2 divisions for the challenge. The prestigious ring title, worth a record $188K, will also be at stake. Netflix will stream the fight live. The event was staged in grand fashion, with clear tension between the two fighters. Praising Canelo's resume, Turki Al-Sheikh said that over the past 2 decades Canelo has faced everyone and will not allow Crawford to beat him, before calling it one of the best fights of the last 10 years. The night before, both fighters shared dinner with a Saudi minister who played a key role in making this dream fight happen.
And when he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like, you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know,
super accurate.
Canelo comes into this fight with a point to prove after his last outing against William Skull, which set the record for the fewest punches thrown. He admitted that performance was frustrating because while he came ready to fight, his opponent did not. Looking ahead, he said this matchup is different, calling it a chance to make history. Canelo praised Crawford as a great fighter, but insisted he is not on the same level, pointing to his own experience and well-rounded skills that go beyond just power. He believes this could be remembered as one of the best fights of his career. On the other hand, even though Crawford is a former undisputed welterweight champion and has held the IBF super welterweight title, he enters as the underdog largely because of the move up in weight.
I'm saying at once.
Right.
I'm saying I started at 135. Right. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147 to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
I'm going to win plain and simple. Nobody tells me how to fight. I've been doing this my whole life, and I'm not going to run, said Crawford, whose slick and elusive style could create problems for Alvarez. But the Mexican champion was unmoved. Both men are convinced this will be a historic battle. Crawford explained that he wanted Canelo because he is a great fighter who has shared the ring with names like Mayweather and GGG, and that this is his own mega fight and his moment. Alvarez replied that he is preparing for everything and standing behind his belts, warned that Crawford will not beat him. He said he believes this fight will be remembered in the history of boxing, and added that he hopes Crawford does not run because the fans deserve a real fight. Confident in his abilities, Alvarez promised to bring it on a night that is already shaping up to be unforgettable.
However I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight. And when I've been fighting my whole life, you know, I won't be running. You know, I can tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Get me wrong. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's not Canelo. Obviously, I'm being in this situation.
In the lead up to their September 13th clash, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford sat down with Piers Morgan for an in-depth interview where they discussed their backgrounds, mindset, and preparation. Morgan touched on personal topics like Canelo dealing with his brother's kidnapping and Crawford surviving a shooting, but neither fighter went too deep into those areas. When asked if he thought Canelo had advantages over him, Crawford responded by calling Canelo a great fighter, but made it clear he would never say another man is better than him. He explained that until they share the ring, nothing is proven, and insisted that everything he does in boxing he does at a high level.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight, and I'm gonna win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think you can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to you.
I'm taking them, and ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. Come fight
and
now.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Don't know why they put me here. I'm here. I want to be in the side of Crawford. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
I like that because it shows me this is going to be a real fight. I enjoy hearing that, and it excites me, said Canelo. He praised Crawford's skills but added that many opponents think they know what to expect until they actually step in the ring with him and then realize it is different. He explained that he has many talents fighters only discover once they face him. With two confident champions both knowing their abilities, there is no need for fake talk, just a promise to deliver a great show for the fans. When Crawford was asked about having a reach advantage over Canelo, he admitted it could help at times but could also work against him. He noted that Canelo is very good at slipping inside shots at mid-range, which can turn the reach factor into Canelo's edge. Crawford said long arms are useful on the outside, but inside it depends on how well you can shorten your punches. He stressed that he is well-rounded and ready for every scenario.
I would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
When asked about his current weight, Crawford said he was around 155. Questioned on whether being that light compared to the 168 limit might affect his style, he dismissed any concern. He explained that fighters naturally carry more weight, and for him this will just feel like competing at one of his natural weights.
Crawford, I know what you feel about Canelo, but what do you feel about that particular fight, which it sounds like it probably took 100 to 150 million, maybe each, in order for Turkey to get that fight.
It doesn't really, listen, it's going to be a fight that people want to watch again, because again, it's something that people generate and talk about. Canelo's very popular. At this point, if he fights my sneaker, it's going to generate 1 million pay-per-views, right?
Responding to those who still call him a drug cheat because of past failed tests, Canelo said that some people will never believe the truth no matter what proof is given, and he does not care about their opinion. While history shows that smaller fighters often struggle against naturally bigger opponents, former world champion and ProBox TV analyst Pauli does not see it that way. Like many fans, he is thrilled about the fight and believes Canelo, as the unified super middleweight champion, is a master of his craft.
There's a lot of experts that think Canelo's not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight, you're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight. How do you kind of reply to that?
Although Canelo has a size edge, Crawford will not be an easy opponent. In a recent interview with Fight Hype, former pro Malignaggi highlighted the areas where Crawford could have the upper hand. He admitted, "At first I thought Crawford might be too small," but added that ultimately the fight will be decided by their skills, with Crawford holding a slight advantage. He explained, "I think Crawford is a much more complete fighter than Canelo. The only concern is Crawford's smaller size."
I was originally thinking Crawford might be too small. I think Crawford is a way more complete fighter than Canelo ever was. I think Crawford is just, the only risk here is Crawford's small. You think about it though, Duran was a former lightweight and he was able to beat Iran Barkley eventually, right? So it's not out of the question. And this Canelo is not the prime Canelo. This Canelo is also a Canelo who's trying to steal bags while half-assing it. When Canelo has been put in tough situations, in the moments where he's had to really dig down, what has he done?
Consider this: Roberto Duran started as a lightweight and went on to defeat Iran Barkley. When Duran faced Barkley in 1989, it was a very close fight, ending in a split decision for Duran, even though Barkley had previously beaten Tommy Hearns. Fans are now eagerly waiting and watching as the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown approaches. That's all for now. For the latest news, highlights, events, and updates from the world of boxing, stay tuned to our YouTube channel and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any quality content. Until next time, peace.